Good morning, Aries. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Aries, this is going to be your February 2024 reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher if that is you. Welcome to the channel as well. Guys, discern the messages. If you're here, you should, pretty much aware of how this works. So Aries, we're going to dive in and see what's going on. I want to say thank you to all of you. Good gravy. Have liked, shared, subscribed, and commented to the channel. Personal readings, you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. You can shoot me an email through the links below. And then I'm going to have a calendar up hopefully here before long. It's been something I've been slowly getting through and working on, but I'm doing a bunch of different things at once. So bear with me, but that will be available before long. So Aries, we're going to jump right on into it, see what's going on for you guys throughout the month of February. Fate is coming up. You guys have had some interesting reads lately, and I can't say that I'm surprised with the North and South node being in Aries and Libra. So it's like the wheel is turning, Spirit is saying for you. I got the chills already. I love it. Authenticity, handwriting. Some of you could be writing. It's an interesting feeling that I don't even know why I'm getting this, but what they're showing me here is like you could be sitting in bed writing, putting down your thoughts, pen to paper, working on something, whatever that writing is for you. For some of you, it could be journaling. Some of you, I also feel like you're going back to the past. Like it's almost like you're reanalyzing something from the past that is, I don't know if the thoughts are on your mind, if there's like a nostalgia attached to something, or the memories of something are coming up. But it's like, some of you could be penning a letter to maybe like, I'm going to say Spirit's saying a long lost love. So whether this person is, Spirit is saying fairly new or someone from the past, but there's also something about you being your true authentic self. Like there's something to this that is, trying to find the way, like they're bringing this in like half phrases. It's weird. When you talk about your true and authentic self, it's like you're finally being real with parts of you that maybe have been subdued for a very long time. But a lot of things seem to be coming to the surface. Some of you could be writing a book, some of you could be writing your dreams down. But it's very much more about the feeling, Aries, about what is going on for you and how it is that you're feeling, which is a little bit odd to see this for you. Or you could be, they're saying modern day, texting out how you feel. Or this could also be somebody writing, penning, whatever to you as well. But there's this feeling of the past. For some of you, good Lord, awful, but all right. You could be writing out a eulogy or something. Like that's weird, but it's there. So pay attention. But there's something about just going back is what Spirit is giving me overall. Is it's going back to a specific place and time for you. And then alchemy. I've got the freaking goosebumps. My goodness, that alchemy card. It's funny. I said this in one of I forget which air sign it was, but I've made some changes to my other business that I do, and part of that title for that is alchemy. And ever since I've written that down myself, ironically enough, that word is popping up. I've seen it with other people. I've seen it in these readings that are coming up. An alchemist is like a chemist, right? We're adding things, we're taking away things, we're deciding and figuring out what truly works. And I think that that's part of this feeling for you. And there's a lot of fire energy attached to this. That it's like finally you're feeling passionate, you're lighting yourself up. But it's interesting. It's like you may have been in a very calm phase for a while, Aries, in how you were handling things and moving through things. They keep going nostalgia. But they're throwing so many messages at me. Holy smokes. You could have been writing with somebody or writing something back and forth with somebody. There's something about that point. But this fire energy is finally taking your path, like coming out of this calm and into this passion again. Something here is inspiring you to create an entire new life for yourself. And Aries, you guys, I won't say you're not transformative, but you're very much go-getting, like, this is the way that I'm heading, right? But this energy is almost like you're ready for a change, you're ready for endings, you're ready for something completely new. And Spirit, thank you. It's like your spirit, okay, I'm just going to spit out what they're giving me. Your capacity to love something, your passion, your desire, your fire for something may stir the shit pot, and other people may not be too enthused about it. Like, it's almost like people sitting back and looking at you going, why would you do that? And I forget, I think one of the other signs kind of had something similar to that is, you know, not everybody is going to be super happy with the changes you're making, because our changes don't always fall in line with what other people are expecting or wanting of us. And that could be the difficult part in this, Aries. But I don't feel like you're giving it a whole lot of attention, though, which is a good thing, right? Not listening to those naysayers and people who want to say, well, this is wrong, that's wrong, you know. But some of you could be working with plant medicine as well. They're pointing that out to me. But you're really, like, grinding into things and digging deep, Aries. And I like that energy for you guys. If you felt at some point like you could not say or do or whatever because someone was going to say something, somebody was going to feel some kind of way about it, I don't think you care anymore. And I don't think you're doing it in a heartless manner. You're just going, these are the things that inspire me. These are the things that make me feel good. These are the things that, you know, are like turning on that ignition switch and going, let's go. Let's amp up. Let's roll. We've got the gratitude card and courage. And it just said, like, you know, you guys are facing it for what it is and going, okay, I'm off to the races here. This gratitude card, right, being thankful, appreciative, Aries, and I've seen this lately for you, and I think part of this new beginning is you're letting things go of the past, whether this is work, relationships, partnerships, friendships. You're recalibrating your entire life right now. And with that energy, like over Capricorn, and again, one of the air signs had that Capricorn card. Capricorn season could have been very imperative to a change and transformation. And we look at, that's the new year, right? The new year got started off like it was bumpy, like, to say the least, like straight up. I don't even know. What a weird year. Goodness, as I try to say that. And with this though, it's like you're I don't feel like you've taken anything for granted. You're just sick of the mundane, or feeling like you hit a plateau in something and there's no change, right? So it's like you are, you're forcing this new change for yourself. And I don't feel like when I say forcing, it's like you are in flow with the universe with this. Like you feel it and you recognize it. And now it's time to make movement. And nothing that has happened in the past has been, I don't really want to say in vain, but it's like it's not, you're appreciating it for exactly what it was, using it for what experiences you needed to have, and now you're ready to move on. There's also a unique element here, and I talked about those emotions. This Capricorn card, the Ram's also got a mermaid tail, right? A little odd and unique, but that's, you know, the mix of the balance between earth and water, right? So, you know, again, stepping into your emotions, or you could have started to feel emotional about a particular person and or situation, and realizing what it is that they bring into your life, what it is that they're showing you. The one thing they're giving me here is that one, which, Aries, you're the first zodiac in the wheel, but this 10, which is endings, beginnings, right? But they're also showing me that is coming together. So you're coming together with something or someone. I do feel like you already have, if this is a person, and there's the love card behind that one. So the courage card is the underlying energy with this deck. And then you've got love behind it. Again, great love and appreciation, justice. Some of you could be in the justice system, working for, dealing with it. There's a 6 again. So there's 2 6s. That reminiscing, that nostalgia that I started to talk about in the beginning. Virgo season could have been very important to you. Something could have taken place between the mid of August and the mid of September as well. So there's something going back to that time frame. We're getting ready to step into this Leo full moon as well. I don't even know why I brought that up, but I felt like I needed to. So just be aware, Leo season was right before Virgo. What was going on? What was happening and transpiring at that time? You could have felt like back in that time in Leo season that you were at a stalemate in something. That past feeling could be returning, because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of heavy energy here, Aries, but I do feel like you're going back to examine something as well. Some of you could be trying to work with other people from that time frame. 2 of Pentacles, the Hangman on the past energy, trying to decide or juggle your options is what they're saying. And those emotions you could have felt for a period of time in December, they're taking me back to, that your emotions could have been in flux. So let's see, past energy for Aries, please, Spirit. 9 of Pentacles, working very independently, and the damn King of Wands still. He comes out, I swear, it's like every freaking reading. But there's a lot of passion there, right? There's a lot of passion, and you could be viewing, I kind of feel like the King of Wands here, Aries, is you. There was somebody, and I said about the justice, and there it is on the bottom. You could have a link or a tie to somebody. Spirit is saying in a specific field, but they were showing up to you as abundant, as beautiful, as put together, as self-made, enriched. Spirit is saying beauty, but not just the beauty, but we're looking at the 9 of Pentacles, so it's like stable, tangible. There's something about the quick-witted, sharp mind of somebody too. So it's kind of like the total package. I feel like they weren't showing a whole lot of emotion during that period of time. Whatever this is about, I'm not sure why we're going back so far, but we are. But there's something that I kind of feel like you were sitting on, contemplating, deciding what to do. I don't feel like there's been a whole lot of communication or movement, but whatever. Look at this, the 4 of Wands, the Hierophant, the Justice card. Something around that foundational energy, again, 1111. You could be seeing that. It could be very important to you. I said you've already got 2 ones out here on the table. But the Hierophant is, a leader, a guider. You could be leading other people, or could have been leading other people. Spirit is saying teammates as well during that time, but there's something about the fairness of a situation. You could have brought in a fairness to a situation. Someone else could have brought it into the situation. But there's something here too about the sweetness of what came in during that period of time. Okay, so I'm not quite sure, but there's a lot, and I've seen this energy with you guys for a little while, where it's like going back to something or somebody or the past, or somebody has caught your eye or attention, if this is love or if this is work related, whatever it is. But there's something that's kind of starting to alchemize itself, like the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. So it's a very interesting energy. And I also feel like you could have been dealing, there's like 3, I look at that Hierophant and the Justice card and the King of Wands. There's 3 people, and I do feel like there are 3 people particularly surrounding it, and I feel like it's somebody you're dealing with, not so much you, but you are a part of this somehow, Aries, and I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. But there's like 3 people that are looking at this particular person and going, what are our options? What rule needs to be made? What adjustments need to be made here? And what's interesting is, even though, not downplaying you, but as the King of Wands, you look at the Hierophant and the Justice card, they are rulers, they are perfectionists, they are advisors and guiders, and they hold an authoritative position. I feel like you are a major influence in something, okay? Like your influence of this King of Wands is really coming in to go, I know this to be true. So I don't know what that's about, but again, I got the goosebumps all over, so it's cool. All right, present energy for Aries, Spirit. The Magician kind of coming out sideways. We'll see. Aries, I'm going to put these back in because there's too many, but I'm telling you, you're dealing with somebody, and this could be soulmate, twin flame, this could be lots of different things. The Magician, he alchemizes everything, right? He is a manipulator of energy, and he transforms that energy. The Lovers, the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, working with, and I've said, like, you could be working with someone here in partnership, and I do feel like you could have choices, or could have had choices around how you were going to work with something. The Magician and the Hierophant come out together in the present. Four of Wands again showing itself. Whatever you are, Aries, the energy that comes in with you is just phenomenal. I'm not even going to pretend. It's phenomenal energy. I wish I could, like, I don't know, plug myself in energy and feelings and thoughts and pictures and words from spirit and, like, put it on a screen and go, here you go. Here, this sums it up for you guys to the best of my ability. Heavy emphasis on the fours again. So stability, continuity as well, they're saying. You're moving up in a position, Aries, whatever that position is, whether this is home, work, love, whatever. There's a position that you're stepping into this very gracefully and going, this is what I'm demanding. This is what I'm manifesting. And it's like, you could be very much aware of, and I've said this, like, your intuition could be amping up. You could be having experiences that you're not typically familiar with, especially in regards to the home. And it's like this sense of, I hear you, Spirit, and I know. I hear you, God, I know. It is divine order, is what Spirit is saying. And I do, excuse me, I feel like the pieces to certain things that you were unsure of or had given thought to are starting to come into balance. You're making decisions that are going to affect everybody, but yet you've, as emotional as you may be in expressing your feelings or writing things down, there is also, Spirit is saying, contracts as well. There is also a no-nonsense approach with this Hierophant that comes in and says, this is what we know we need to do. And this is the way we're going to do this. And I don't feel like you're, it gives me Emperor vibes, but I also don't feel like you're coming from a place that is unauthentic, right? Like, you're authentically stepping into your power. You're stepping into a space of great integrity, not that you weren't to begin with. But this is a whole other level of, hold on a minute. So, and Spirit just like, something here isn't making sense. I feel like that's you addressing something, and that reanalyzing of the past says, wait a minute, now I'm seeing the bigger picture. The Hierophant rules, right? He's a ruler, he's a spiritual guide, he's a guide, period. And I'm repeating this, but in this writing that you're doing, in this understanding of something that you're doing, it's like, wherever you felt there was missing information or something that you didn't see clearly through the divine, it's like it's falling into place. Like, I can see, like, it's almost like Tetris, watching everything perfectly line up so that it takes it back down to the very, very bare basics, which is the foundations. What are you building that on? It's a very, very, very interesting energy, Aries. All right, future. It's the future for Aries in February, Spirit. Oh boy. Listen. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take these. That came out in the upright. I've seen that. I have 8 cards on the table for the original tarot. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of those 8 are major arcanas. Destined and fated events. And when I was shuffling, what tried to come out of the deck initially was fate. This is lining up. Like, I don't even know, like, the small details to what I would typically give you, they're not even giving me. It's like, I could say you're destined for greatness, Aries. I could say, whoa, buckle up, baby. I could tell you all of those things. None of those statements give credence enough to the mass of change that is coming into your world, and how you are embracing that is phenomenal. Like, this is probably the best reading I have ever done for you guys. And there again, you can't fucking make it up. Queen of Swords, analytical, right? Full-fledged knowledge of what it is that she, he, them, they want. They're not afraid to make a decision. They don't hesitate. They're like, okay, what's next? Who's next? I'm calling you up, right? It's like being on like The Price is Right. Contestant number, 742. Come on up to the podium. It's that. It's calling in, hey, this is what's next. What's next? What's next? And it's like going down, if you have a to-do list as opposed to writing. Gotcha. Check. Okay, moving right through. We're moving right along. That's the vibe that she gives me. She's sitting comfortably and she's making affirmative decisions about the way things are going to go. And she's doing it, not so much from that loving space. And it's not that you don't have emotion in it, but you're not letting your emotions overrule the decisions that you have to make. 21:12 on the clock. Positive transformation, moving forward, moving on. This is going to pick up pace for you throughout the month of February, Aries. It's funny, there's a lot of emphasis around Valentine's Day. I don't know why. I mean, granted, it's love and everybody's doing roses and flowers and chocolates and all that good stuff, right? Celebrations of love, which is cool, right? Like, we're all here to do, excuse me, we're all here to be a part of universal love. But this is a positive imprint, Spirit is saying, as to the direction in which you are heading. That Lover's card is showing itself again with that Eight of Pentacles, that Two of Cups. It won't, like, I've shuffled, and they still come out together. Your choices. And I'm going to say, like, typically I've seen Eve on here with the snake as the temptation. What I think is really interesting about the Lover's card, the way I'm seeing it right now, which I will not show it to you because we got naked people, and YouTube's got some kind of issue with naked people on a tarot card, is that you may be looking, depending on the energy you're sitting in, masculine or feminine, divine feminine or masculine energy. Nobody here is making a swift move. That's the interesting thing. Like, you think about the Lover's card, like, it can be straight up entanglements and all kind of things, but it's a waiting. Spirit is saying there's a waiting and a pause while there's work being put in. There are things that are being adjusted. Now, whether that work, I get the feeling for different levels. One side of this, Aries, is the work that you are putting in. The other side of this is the work that this person or this situation is putting in. And then there is the divine order of the work that is being put in to align everything for your highest good. Two of Cups, it will bring healing and togetherness one way or another. There's going to be some kind of incredible union that is like a massive meeting of the minds that changes the way you work, you live, you play, you laugh. And I'm like, my skin is crawling, good crawling, but just wild how it's coming through. You've got the Judgment card with the Ace of Wands, the Fool, and the Strength. Typically, I would only take the first two, but the way those come out, it's a new journey for you in a particular situation and or person. Finding the courage, it's mastering. And I feel like if you guys have had somebody on your radar on a romantic sense, you've kept yourself even killed. Like, you haven't jumped the gun, you haven't made an assumption. You know that things had to go back to zero. Something here has to go back to zero so that something new can be reborn or birthed from this space, right? And this Judgment card in the Ace of Wands is making those clear decisions, right? It is the Judgment call. It is karmic, fated, destined events that are playing out. But this is fate. It's like I said earlier about coming to call, right? With that Queen of Wands, and you look like the Judgment, that angel is sounding the trumpet, and it's like, it's time. It's time. Or are you here? Are you aware? Okay? So there's a lot of movement. Like, it's funny. There's like a lot of standstill. Like, you look at the King of Wands, the Hierophant, the Magician. the Judgment, the Fool, the Strength card, everybody's just kind of there right now. But this movement with that Chariot is like, again, everything being brought together. It's a positive shift, but it's not moving at a rapid pace, but it's happening. Like, you may feel like nothing is happening, but yet behind the scenes, everything is happening. Okay? So let's do a little bit of clarifying. My goodness, what a read. Like, this is mind, body, spirit. This is the Holy Trinity. This is everything above, everything below, everything within. Like, it's incredible, the energy that I feel. And I would love for Spirit to give me deeper details, like the small things, right? But they're just not going there. Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. A lot of people here, Aries. Like, you're dealing with a lot of people. I do feel like you're dealing with an older female energy, older feminine energy, doesn't have to be a female, who is got a lot of expertise in her belt. She's very, Spirit said she's organic, but she's also very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not practical. Like, I feel the energy of her, but I don't know how to explain her. She's a good one to go to for wise counsel, and typically I would feel that way about the Queen of Swords, but there's something about her that Spirit is saying she's written the book on law or a particular subject, or she's this expertise that comes in with her is bar none, right? Queen of Wands, as I just dropped her with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there's a collaborative effort here. This Queen of Wands being a separate person, again, divine feminine energy coming through. More of a carefree spirit, more of a relaxed energy that comes through with this, but all-knowing and all-seeing. And then you've got the Queen of Wands with the King of Wands. That's a divine match. That's a divine pairing. I do feel like there's somebody on the outside of a situation looking in. I feel like you're dealing with more than one person in general, especially with this feminine energy. This Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit card, Virgo season. Again, twice now. Virgo. Somebody was set off on a journey here that led to some kind of success, victory, some kind of balancing. I keep hearing legal review. Whatever, and it doesn't have to be legal. Maybe you were reviewing something for the purpose of, I don't know, taxes or property or, who knows, right? That's the Hierophant. This review. And somehow this other person is tied up with whatever this review process was. This sent them on a particular journey. 9-9 could be attached to this person. You could be seeing 9-9. But it's like you are overseeing this journey. It's weird. It's like you're coming in as some sort of advisor, or it's like all these people around a particular situation have an incredible knowledge of something. And it's like you're watching everybody in a particular situation level up. It's wild. And you are like steadfast, dead center of it. Talked about those emotions, letting out those emotions. King of Wands, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. I think as you are watching something or somebody, Aries, how they move, why they do what they do, there's something about the way that they inspire. It's funny, there's a lot of inspiration. They could have inspired you, you could be inspiring them, but I feel like there's all these moving parts that are coming in, and this Queen of Cups is, loving and nurturing. And again, I'm talking about, I've seen three queens here. Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. And I've seen the Queen of Swords earlier, so there you go. Like, I do feel like whomever you're dealing with embodies all of these in some capacity. It's almost like they pop up and transform into something as they need to be. Like, they're very versatile in their energy, but I also feel like your emotions were being invoked when it came to a particular situation when it comes to this person. That Justice card, it was underneath on the split, it was over there, and here it is again, the Magician. There, and I'm going to reiterate to you the major arcanas. On clarifying, you've got 2 of 3 cards that are majors, the Hermit and the Justice, Libra energy. Libra sees it could be important. I feel like whoever this is, whatever you're dealing with, Aries, you both kind of go off on your separate ways and handle things, and then you come back together, and then you go off and you handle things and you come back together. And there's like, you go out and have this experience, I'm going to go out and have this experience, and it's just being done without even realizing that it's happening. And I think it's been happening now for probably, for some of you, years. But you keep having this experience and coming back to this advisor, to this place, or you are the advisor in a situation. You're holding like the key to unlocking everything around you, and you don't even know it. It's the most incredible energy that I have ever seen. You are going to people are coming to you. There's a specific energy that is in your foresight of, that is where my love, that is where my attention, that is my long-term goal with whatever this is. And it's just an amazing energy. And the justice with the magician is declaring that balance and being able to move on from anything of the past, anything that was in flux, any emotions that were all over the place. You know, if in the past, you know, with the nostalgia energy that I picked up, like, you're again reviewing these things, and anything that seemed to be a little bit muddled, where we see that Seven of Cups when it came to the emotions, there's a clearing of that energy that's coming through. Again, moving on and moving forward. What is this Hierophant for Aries? What's this? Ace of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. With this, you know, the Hierophant declares law, order. I know that's typically what you see with the Justice card, but he is making affirmative decisions from his seat. He is the higher guidance, right? Like I've said all of these things, I'm not going to repeat them. But what it does is when that call is being made, that judgment is being had, instruction is being given, attention is being paid, the Ace of Pentacles comes up and says, here's a new opportunity after this. Here's where we start again. This is how we move forward, moving forward. And it's like you're planting a seed here with whomever or whatever this is that is going to bring a lot of freaking happiness, Aries. Like, I don't know that you've ever truly sat in your emotions of a situation, but there's something about them. I can't help but go back to the meeting of the minds. There's such a mix of all elements here. It's just amazing to me. What is this Judgment card? The Eight of Pentacles try to come out. The Empress showing herself. What is the Judgment card about, Spirit? Two of Pentacles. And I've said this to you guys before. I do feel like because there's a lot of loyalty to the things that you invest yourself into, making a final call, that final judgment call on something, can feel like you've got one foot in the door, one foot out the door, right? And that's kind of what I feel about with this Two of Pentacles, is it's like, you know, something is coming to close. You know, that Judgment is the step before the World card. It's almost done and over with. And it's like, there could be a little bit of impatience surrounding this for you. At the same time, you're just like, that authenticity of being your true self. There's still a little bit of fear that pops up with that. It says, are you sure you're ready for this? You are, whether you know it or not. It is fated. Fate is totally playing at hand. And I just said about that World card, look at that. And the Chariot again. You've planted seeds already on something. I'm usually not a big fan of the Seven of Pentacles, but you've planted seeds with something or somebody. And I feel like you've planted seeds in more than one space. Now, the thing that is not meant for you is going to leave your life, and you're going to move forward into something that is much more victorious for you. All you're going to reach with this old situation, and I don't feel that it's tied to this nostalgia, but there's another situation around you. You may not, it's funny, like you're loyal to it, but you don't put a lot into it anymore. It just feels like it's slowly and organically distanced itself somehow. Those seeds are not coming to fruition. The new seeds you have planted, the other side of this Two of Pentacles, it lights you up. It inspires you. What is this Ace of Wands for Aries? This is a pretty long reading, Aries. be at a distance. You could be doing some traveling. I'm laughing because I've got the Ace of Wands, Three of Wands, going back to that Four of Wands kind of energy. The Empress. New birth, new life, new creations. Now, I will say this on a more adult note. There's a lot, again, a lot of passion. Aries, if you're moving in, this could be a reignition of passion within a relationship that you already are in. I'm going to say for a large part of you that aren't married, that's not the case. There's something very, very new, something very, very fertile that is like, I can't wait to get my hands on that person. We're gonna keep it PG on here as best that I can. But there's a massive desire. Like it's like, I want to pop off. Like, I can't contain the desire that I have for a situation or a person. This is gonna be fucking beautiful. And you're seeing this as abundant and beautiful. And you yourself are stepping into this powerful energy of abundance and beauty. Fertility. If you're not trying to make children, be very, very wise, Aries, right now, because it's very, very apparent. 3 and 3. Threes could be very important. Breaking down both to 4s here with this Ace of Wands. Your foundations. Whatever this change is, Lord, have you hoped for it? And I think you have done it in the most subconscious kind of way. Didn't even realize you were doing it. You got into something at some point, whether this was work or friends or whatever this is. And it has created such an inspiration within you that you can't wait. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's a creative thing, whether it's a person, whether it's your work, there's so much drive behind what you're doing and what you feel without ever, there was never ever an intention for this, but it's there and it's coming. Like the Ace of Wands and the Empress. It might be a lot of pretty nights, guys. Like, let's just call it for what it is. There's a libido that's working up for some of you. That's interesting. All right, Aries. Let's see. What is the advice for you guys? This is beautiful. Like, whatever you are doing, just know that with the Fool and the Strength card, if you have any doubts, they're going to be cleared up. You're going to continue to master yourself in every way possible. You're putting away the ego and the fear if you have any, which I'm sure you do. We all do. But you're letting life take hold. You're letting the flow happen. Listen and healing. This person, you could have been in a sounding board for somebody, or they could be a sounding board for you, Aries. Or it could be both, right? It doesn't have to be one way or the other. But through this exchange of energy, you're healing. You're healing a lot. Detach and step back. And that's what I said. Your energy was not, you go apart, come back together kind of thing. And I don't think it was like an in and out, like it just naturally flowed that way. The ebbs and flows of life. Now, Spirit did say, now that I said to you, detach and step back, it doesn't mean run for the hills. It simply means continue in that natural flow. So don't let the information that Spirit is giving you be something that deters you either, okay? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, don't pick up the pace. Let it continue to flow organically. It's like Spirit isn't trusting you that you're not going to force it, so just let it flow. I feel the need to bring this back up to you guys. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcanas. The Hermit, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Justice, Libra. You've got the Magician, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, Judgment. To me, Judgment is everybody. Like, just the way I see it. It's every single sign. The Empress, Taurus, and Libra. Strength, Leo, the Fool, again, to me, that is everybody in the mix because we're all learning, right? That's my take on it anyhow. You had Capricorn twice as well that showed itself. Other key players, you've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, King of Wands, Sag, Aries, there you are, and Leo as well. So, you know, it could be anything or anybody, really, that you're dealing with. All right, additional advice for Aries for the month of February. But like I said, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people showing up in this in general. Slow down came twice. Remember that it's like, don't let your passions get you carried away that you forget where you're moving towards. So it's just like, again, make sure you're staying in the flow. Don't overthink it. Don't overdo it. If you feel like you need a hot second, take a second, okay? Presence. When you're in this person's presence, you don't have to be so analytical. You don't have to be so straight-laced. I feel like with this lighten up in presence is everything is happening for you. You don't have to do anything but just be you. Be in your authentic space. Feel the way you feel. Don't let fear kick in. Don't let anything change what you're doing. And if you need a day to breathe, take a day to breathe. Because all of this, again, you're putting in the work. The other side of this situation and or person is putting in the work on their own without even knowing it. And divine order is at play. Spirit's got your back, they just said. Aries, this is beautiful. I don't know what you all are going to end up in. I'm super duper excited to see what March is. But this energy is, you're willing to be, like, you've got so much insight and knowledge and awareness about you. You're willing to start all over again. Spirit just said you're not starting from scratch. This is a whole new optimistic sense of, like, I don't know where life's taking me, but damn it, am I ready? No fear. Like, no fear whatsoever. Don't let it creep in. Key point, do not let it creep in. All right, Aries. Hopefully this helped. I love this for you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Again, personal read information for the time being is in the description box below, about section of the page. I'm wishing you guys a very happy February, sending you all my love. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you, and I will see you soon. Bye.